Hi guys, this is Dan from the Investment ABC, your guide to financial freedom. And in this video, I'm going to analyze Butterfly Network, which will merge with Longview acquisition in a SPAC. Butterfly Network is backed by some heavyweight investors like Bill Gates and Baillie Gifford. I think all of you know who Bill Gates is, but for those of you who don't know who Baillie Gifford is, they are one of the biggest investors in Tesla, NIO, Amazon, and many growth companies. They're investing in disruptive tech and don't give too much attention to traditional valuation metrics. Butterfly Networks was founded in 2011 by Dr. Jonathan Rothberg. It is developing a handheld single-probe whole-body ultrasound system that is making ultrasound technology more accessible and affordable. I don't have any doubt that this technology will take a lot of market share from the conventional bigger ultrasound machines over time. Conventional ultrasound machines cost between 15 to 100,000 US dollar, while the Butterfly IQ Plus costs just around $2,999. This is a substantial price difference. Though currently the Butterfly can't replace conventional machines when it comes to the image quality, I am sure it will do that at some point in the future. Since the price of the device is relatively low, many hospitals and doctors still buy the Butterfly for portability, comfort, and a first quick assessment. The low cost of the Butterfly IQ Plus will enable many doctors in the third world to do ultrasounds, something which many can't afford at the moment. Let's have a look if it is worth investing in Longview before the merger to profit. They have an investor presentation and I will go quickly through the main points. The company will have a total investment of over 400 million US dollar. They have introduced the Butterfly IQ in 2018 and hold currently 700 plus patents. Their revenue for 2020 is 44 million US dollar. The company is projecting to grow to 138 million in 2022. Butterfly Network will most likely merge with Longview acquisition in the first quarter of 2021, which holds 414 million in cash. In conjunction with the closing, Longview may raise an additional 175 million US dollar of capital through a PIPE. The company will have an enterprise value of 1.457 billion US dollar and an enterprise value to 2022 revenue multiple of 10.6. Furthermore, they will have 549 million in cash at hand. Currently, the price of Longview rose from $10 to around $12.50 on Friday. The company has 203.7 million outstanding shares, which set the market cap at around 2.55 billion US dollar. 20% of the outstanding shares are publicly tradable in the beginning. The addressable market cap is currently 8 billion US dollar. Butterfly Network is saying that they have the best product, the best price, and the best platform. The company has a strong balance sheet and liquidity, low manufacturing costs, rapid growth, and high recurring revenue. The Butterfly IQ Plus is the device and is powered by ultrasound on chip, and their software platform is empowered by AI. Users are able to store the images on the cloud, which is extremely useful. The software also enables teleguidance through augmented reality, which is a very cool future for educational purposes. Another aspect that could help users to learn is from all the images they can have access to. Furthermore, the AI software will help the users with their decision makings, which will improve over time the more data is available. If we have a look at the roadmap, we can see that the Butterfly IQ has launched in 2018. This year, they made some significant improvements on the device and called it the Butterfly IQ Plus. Next year, they are launching IQ in the home. We can see that in 2022, the device won't need a cord anymore, and in 2023, they are planning to have some kind of station for the home. In 2024, they are planning to develop other products in the Butterfly Labs. The roadmap looks pretty solid to me. The good thing about this SPAC is that Butterfly Network is already a proven company, unlike many other SPACs where they need to roll a truck down the hill for demonstration purposes. Since introduction, more than 30,000 Butterfly IQ and IQ Plus devices have been shipped to medical professionals globally. The company has sold to or has agreements in place with the majority of the largest 100 hospitals in the United States and has built a strong brand among healthcare professionals. Butterfly IQ is commercially available in more than 20 countries, including the United States, Canada, Greater Europe, and Australia. For 2020, they have revenues of approximately 44 million US dollars, and they are projecting that it will grow to 334 million US dollar in 2024. This is a 65% compounded annual growth from 2019 to 2024, which is massive growth. Currently, their gross margins are negative, but they are forecasting positive 43% by the end of 2021, which raises the question of how they will achieve that. Will they increase the price or will they reduce the manufacturing cost substantially? They said that they are switching to Taiwan semiconductors to decrease cost and scaling purposes, but we have to look out for further numbers to see when gross margins turn exactly positive. They are also claiming that they are long-term aiming for 17% gross margins, which would be very healthy. If you have a look at the projection for their revenue, you can see that it is growing by over 70% in the next 3 years. Furthermore, they are turning profitable by 2024 after they have done significant investments. The question is whether their cash balance of around 550 million will be sufficient to achieve that goal. Maybe they need to get more loans or raise additional cash. We don't know at the moment. Butterfly Network claims that its valuation is lower compared to some other tech companies at the moment. They are using the EV to revenue for 2022 multiple and the revenue compound annual growth as metrics. With a multiple of 10.6, they are lower in comparison to the competition, though their compounded annual growth is higher with the 77%. You need to compare more metrics, in my opinion, to really determine if the company is worth the valuation or not. Furthermore, it could be that the whole tech sector is overvalued currently. Does the company have a strong moat? How is it positioned in this sector compared to its competition? There are two other main competitors in this segment currently, Philips Lumify and the Clarius device. All three devices have their pros and cons. In comparison to the older Butterfly IQ, the Lumify had the best image quality. I think the distance to the image quality narrowed almost to parity with the improvement in the Butterfly IQ Plus this year. The Clarius has the advantage of having its own wireless network, so it doesn't need a cord compared to the Butterfly and Lumify. The Lumify is the most expensive device at around $6,500 compared to the Clarius at $4,900 and the Butterfly, which is the cheapest, at $2,999. What I realized is that the Butterfly used to have a compulsory subscription fee attached with the purchase of their device, which they have removed most likely because the Clarius didn't have a subscription fee also. The Butterfly IQ Plus and the Clarius device are working with iOS and Android devices, while the Lumify only works with Android devices. The biggest advantage the Butterfly has over its competition lies first at their significantly lower price point and second, their comfortability. Though it isn't wireless like the Clarius yet, it is the only device that has just one single probe for the whole body. The Clarius and the Lumify have different probes and each cost the same as the whole device. That is a huge advantage for the Butterfly compared to its rivals, in my opinion. You don't need to change the probes or carry them with you around for different applications. With the Butterfly, you can just change on your phone the application field and start, for example from cardio to lung. Furthermore, it is the only one powered by semiconductors, which have the advantage of quicker probe improvements over time since semiconductors are improving very fast. The AI software of the Butterfly looks to be the most sophisticated to me, which is the major selling point. Overall, I would say that the Butterfly IQ dominates its industry and will do so in the future, in my opinion. So what is my verdict here? I really like the company and think in the long run it could be very successful and lucrative for investors. The company is operating in a growing healthcare industry and disrupting a market that hasn't seen change for a long time. The company is reducing the cost for ultrasound imaging substantially with its ultrasound semiconductor technology, which removes the barrier for many users who couldn't afford the high prices yet. I'm especially thinking about the developing world. I can clearly see these devices selling all over the developing countries like India in the next few years. Furthermore, it won't be only doctors or hospitals using the device, but also nurses and other healthcare workers. The current health crisis is pushing societies to new technologies like Teladoc, for example, where you can talk with your doctor over the internet instead of taking a day off, drive to the doctor and wait in the waiting room only to get antibiotics, for example. I think butterfly networks will also profit from this trend. Who knows, maybe in the next few years, many patients who have some chronic disease or are vulnerable will have such a device at home when costs decrease further. They can just share the images over the internet or even via live stream with the doctor. If they need help, the doctor can give the user a guide to how to use the device. Furthermore, having such a device can save lives by giving users the possibility to have the images at the bedside. The growth potential is really huge, especially if the image quality catches up to the bigger conventional devices. Furthermore, even for educational purposes, I can see medicine students buying such a device to study. What I like about the business model is that it has also recurring revenues through subscription models. I can imagine that once hospitals or doctors are used to the software, that the stickiness is rather high, similar to the SAP software, for example. Hospitals need to train their staff again, which will be very troublesome. For that reason, I think once the company has enough customers, the customers won't switch easily to another provider. Furthermore, another advantage of the Butterfly network over conventional devices will be its AI assistance, which is helping the user with suggestions on what to do. The more data you can feed the AI system, the smarter it gets and the more valuable its suggestions. Another point is that the company might find another way in the future on how to monetize all the data they are collecting from patients. What concerns me about the company is that it has negative gross margins currently, which means that they are losing money on each device they are producing, which boasts the risk if they can't decrease the cost or scale production. Currently, the price of Longview acquisition is $12.50. The company has 203.7 million outstanding shares, which lead to a market cap of $2.5 billion US. The company is only making 44 million in revenue this year and 78.1 million in 2021, which puts its price to sales ratios at 58 for 2020 and 33 for 2021, which I think is a hefty valuation. Although the company has a good business model in a growing industry that is disrupting and improving, I just don't like the valuation. Though I have to say that especially when it comes to growth stocks, the market doesn't care about valuation metrics at the moment, and good growth companies seem to be always expensive. Since I think the market doesn't care about valuations and investors will love the business model and the fact that the stock is backed by Bill Gates and Baillie Gifford, I bought in on Friday at a price of $11.89, and I think the price could rise to the $15 to $17 range very soon before retracing. If the stock price hits that price range, I will sell my initial position and leave the rest as a long-term hold. If you like this video, hit the like button to support the channel, subscribe for more stock picks, comment and share the video. Bye guys and see you in the next one.